So one of the things that I do really love about doing this camera thing, this YouTube thing, is that I do get to give a bit more exposure to things that maybe don't get enough exposure as they should. As such, the Pro Wrestling Noah tour that is happening later in the year, I want to talk about that because that's cool. That's cool. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about the Pro Wrestling Noah tour that is happening later in 2024. For the first time in over a decade, Pro Wrestling Noah are making their way to the UK to do a 3-date tour, and I'm going to give you some of the information about that. But before we dive into that, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below. Will you be going, and what other wrestling promotion do you want to see do a tour of the UK? And let me know and I'll try and apply to every single one of them as we dive into this. So first of all, a little bit of a backstory. So on my aficionado-ness of Pro Wrestling Noah, I'm not going to act like I am a genius, like I am an encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling Noah. I've seen Pro Wrestling Noah here and there. I have seen some of the great matches, some of the ones that are available on YouTube, and I have checked them out. I have watched them, really fun, really entertaining, but I am not well versed in Noah lore. Not as much as I'd like to be anyway, and some of the people probably watching this video are. But I want to talk about this for another reason, and that is because I love British wrestling. If you are new to the channel, I like to promote British wrestling, talk about indie shows, cool things that are happening throughout the UK, and this is one of them. This is something that could really give you an exposure to Japanese wrestling and strong style wrestling that you might not get. And if you've not heard of it, hopefully you've clicked on a YouTube video of my face and would like to know more about it. So let's talk about Pro Wrestling Noah. Pro Wrestling Noah is a promotion in Japan. It is probably like one of the top promotions in Japan. It is really big, really talented people there. Lots of people from, UK and US based promotions have gone over there, like the likes of LJ Cleary and Timothy Thatcher does stuff with Pro Wrestling Noah. There's a lot of people in that roster and in that area. It just doesn't sort of get as hyped and as talked about as New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it is there. It's bubbling away, putting on some great matches, and they are coming to the UK. They are doing a 3-date tour. They are doing 3 dates across the UK. We have Edinburgh, Manchester and London. The exact dates will be across my face on the screen as I talk right now. Hopefully now you've had a chance to look at them and look at those dates. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I love the fact that they are doing a tour. I really do, because this just gives exposure to a new culture of wrestling, a new just work style, and it gives people opportunities. Now obviously I am biased. I love myself Progress Wrestling, and this tour is in partnership or being supported by Progress Wrestling, so some names from Progress will be competing on this show/shows. So I'm obviously biased there, but it's just cool. It's a really cool tour, and I'm going to run down some of the people who are on the card, people you may not have heard of, people you want to know more about. I will run down them right now. So apologies in advance if I do butcher these names, but we're going to talk about Kaito Kiyomiya. Kaito Kiyomiya, who I know, I've seen some of his matches, his main event matches, and you've all probably seen the Kazuchika Okada thing that happened, I believe it was last year, the sort of work shoot thing that happened in their match, and then that set up a match in Pro Wrestling Noah. He will be competing on this tour. You have the likes of Kid Lykos, the Progress World Champion, and Lykos 2 also competing. You have Masa Kitamiya. I hope I pronounced that right as well. Really cool. Really enjoyed his style. He's a very cool man. Then you've got some of the names that were announced today. You have the likes of Yohi, who is, I believe, a member of the, I'm going to hope I get this right, the GHC Tag Team Champions. I think I've got that correct. and pronounced correctly. And then you've got LJ Cleary, who I love. He is a really great, I believe he's from Ireland. I've seen him compete in Progress before. He got signed by Noah in a Progress event, I think Steal Yourself from last year. That was really nice, really great to see. He's a fantastic worker and he's got a really, really great character, really fun. Next we've got Jack Morris. Jack Morris, I've watched a little bit of his stuff. Can't say I'm too familiar with Jack Morris, but I hope that he brings all the intensity and all the ferociousness that I've seen of the clips from him that I YouTubed before this, because I am a fake fan. Sorry, Jack Morris, please don't come at me. And the big name that was announced when they first announced this tour at Diamond Dust is, I hope, I'm going to try this, I don't think I'm going to pronounce this right in the slightest, Machimi Murafuji. I hope I've got that correct. I have watched some of his stuff and he is a great, great wrestler. Incredibly good. There's a lot of talent on this show. There's a lot of talent on this tour. If you're getting the best of Japanese wrestling with the best of British wrestling, it can only be good. It can only be good. Obviously, there's 3 dates and it's just going to be fun. And I wanted to give that little bit of exposure to this tour if people did not know about it. Check it out and maybe book your tickets and maybe I will see you there. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you excited for this tour? What do you think about touring shows? Are you like a fan? Are you a fan of touring wrestling shows, or do you prefer the serialized storytelling that we usually get at regular indie shows? Let me know everything you want down in the comments below and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support and have a nice day.